Hi, Kimbu. No, it is not Thursday. It is Saturday. And like you, I feel like I'm still catching up from not only the hurricane, which did affect us in a minor way. We were without power for about 48 hours and did lose one tree after the fact with the soft ground and a shower that followed the storm. And then there was the holiday, Labor Day weekend, and we had an out of town guest. And so yeah, this was a catch up week for sure. So this is why I'm recording this on Saturday instead of on Thursday. And yes, writing a mystery, an enigma, isn't that what we love talking about? And um, this idea of treating our writing as a treat, I think I know for me where it has come from. It was such a habit and a necessity also for so many decades when I was working a traditional job of relegating it to hobby and knowing that in order to pay the bills and in order to get my job done and keep my job, that had to take priority. And so writing was always a treat. And so that's decades of habitual behavior that I have yet to completely break. Although I must say that this week was fairly successful in terms of dipping into my novel and doing some work on it to prepare it for sharing on Substack. And I did get my short story published, which was a whole deal within itself. My perfectionism was kicking in. I wrote that story 20 years ago, and it did get an honorable mention in a writing contest. And so, it has a little validity to it. And yet, when I reread it, having 20 years of experience under my belt of having written so many more things since then, there were things I wanted to change. But I resisted because I want to preserve it as the foundation story that it is, the origin story of the novel that I'm working on, which also has birthed the Kent Creek Chronicles, which will be a grouping of stories, both short stories, probably some novellas, as well as this novel that I'm working on that are all set in my fictional town of Kent Creek, North Carolina. So the work that I did on my novel this week was not extensive, but it got me back in the habit again. And I'm a little concerned because I am leaving this Thursday to go on a vacation with my husband, which I have been unable to do for a year and a half because we have been tending, as you know, to sick kitties, and that kept us from being able to go anywhere together for a year and a half because we couldn't leave them in anyone else's care. And here we are on the other side of that with no kitties and the ability to travel. So there's the good and the bad. And the good and the bad that I keep roller coastering on. But we are leaving this week to go up to North Carolina and hopefully enjoy some cool weather. And I'm a little concerned about being able to maintain my writing habit. My patterns keep dipping into what I'm working on while I'm up there. One thing that will keep me on task is that I do have a weekly Zoom meeting with my intern. I am blessed with the most incredible, intelligent intern from Florida State this semester. I wish she could be with me for longer than a semester because I've already seen just in a couple of weeks that she's a tremendous asset, and hopefully we will both learn from each other. So I'm rambling now, but I just want to put some self accountability out there that while we are on vacation, that I will continue to pay attention to not only my novel, but to this nonfiction book that my intern is assisting me with. And I think that would probably be a good practice for us, Kimbu, to continue our morning emails. Um, those those emails, as simple as they are with a bullet list for what I'm going to get done that day, have helped me tremendously the last year. More than a year now. I think we've been doing it. I'll have to go back and look at the date, but as simple as a process as it is, it keeps me on track. Like during the day when I go down a rabbit hole, I'm able to just like pull my list back up. What did I send Kimbu and what did I tell her I was going to do? And this is what I need to do next because I told Kimbu that I was going to do it. So that's been tremendously helpful. And so I think that even if I don't manage to do it every single day, because there'll be driving days and such, that I would still like to at least do it as many days as I can to keep me accountable for my writing practice. So it's Saturday. Hopefully I'll hear from you on Monday, and I will see you next Wednesday. Love you, girl.